What if a plane suddenly disappeared into thin air and then returned 37 years later? Sounds impossible, right? But according to one of the world's most mysterious aviation stories, that is exactly what happened to Flight 914. On July 2, 1955, a Douglas DC-4 operated by Pan American Airways departed from New York, heading toward Miami. Nobody on board knew this flight would become one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. At exactly 9:55 a.m., Flight 914 took off successfully. Everything appeared completely normal. Passengers relaxed in their seats. Some looked through the windows. Others read newspapers quietly. Inside the cockpit, Captain Charles Taylor carefully monitored the aircraft. The weather was clear. No technical problems were reported. But only minutes later, something terrifying happened. At 10:15 a.m., Flight 914 suddenly vanished from radar. Air traffic controllers were shocked. "Flight 914, do you copy?" No response. Again they tried. "Flight 914, please respond." Silence. Every other aircraft remained visible on radar, but Flight 914 had completely disappeared, as if the plane had simply vanished from reality itself. A massive search operation immediately began. Military ships and aircraft searched across the Atlantic Ocean for wreckage. Other pilots were questioned, but nobody had seen anything unusual. No debris was ever found, no bodies, no crash site. Eventually, Pan American Airways declared Flight 914 officially lost, and slowly the world moved on. Years passed, 1960, 1970, 80, technology changed, the world changed, and gradually people forgot about Flight 914. The mystery became nothing more than an old, forgotten story until something impossible happened in 1992. September 21, 1992. At Caracas Airport in Venezuela, air traffic controllers noticed an unidentified signal on radar. Something strange was approaching the airport. The aircraft had no flight records. And when investigators checked the aircraft model, they froze in shock. It was a Douglas DC-4, the exact same aircraft model used by Flight 914. The control tower immediately contacted the aircraft. "Unknown aircraft, identify yourself." For a few seconds, there was only static. Then suddenly a broken voice replied, "This is Pan American Flight 914 from New York to Miami." The control room fell completely silent because Flight 914 had disappeared 37 years earlier. But the pilot had no idea. To him, only a few hours had passed. Flight 914 was granted permission to land. The old Douglas DC-4 slowly touched down on the runway. Airport workers stared in disbelief. The aircraft looked like a ghost from the past. Inside the cockpit, the pilot looked outside in confusion. Everything seemed different. The airplanes, the airport, even the people. Then the pilot heard something horrifying. "You're in the year 992, IKEA." The pilot panicked. Without warning, he restarted the engines. The control tower ordered him to stop, but he ignored every command. As the aircraft prepared for takeoff, a small paper fell from the cockpit. Later, investigators discovered it was a calendar from 1955. Seconds later, Flight 914 disappeared once again, forever. So, what really happened to Flight 914? Was it trapped in some kind of time warp? Or was the entire story simply an urban legend? Many experts claim there is no official evidence that Flight 914 ever existed. Others believe the truth may still be hidden somewhere in secret files. But even today, the mystery continues to fascinate millions around the world. And perhaps one day, Flight 914 may return again.